Hello, party people. My name is Clarence Napier, the president and soon to be CEO of Strategic Consulting Experts based in Georgia. And the LLC is within days of being formed and operating under Strategic Consulting Experts. Today is December 18th, 2025, and I'm broadcasting from Southwest Georgia. And I'm so excited for 2026 for myself and for our clients that we haven't even met yet. Haven't even met these clients for 2026, but we have been building an interest list. We have prospected a lot of small business owners, just feeling the temperature, just taking the pulse of where their business is. For those who may not know, I used to be a corporate executive in the healthcare industry in California with offices in both Los Angeles and San Francisco. Then in early 2001, I decided that I was done with corporate America, mainly because I was working 90 hours a week. And I said to myself, I have seen all I can see. I have done all I can do. And my health was falling apart because I was working 80, 90 hours per week. Yes, I was getting all the accolades of being a corporate executive and being a Mr. Fix-It and kind of like, showered with gifts and money and prestige. But I decided to walk away, and guess what I did? I decided to have a paper route in one of the upscale communities in Northern California. I had a customer list of 450 customers in a high-end Sun City Del Webb community. And in that community, I delivered every single day for about 4 years. So when people say, well, Clarence, do you know how to work hard? Have you ever delivered newspapers in a metropolitan area every day and delivered between 410 to 450 newspapers every day? And the reason why I stress that is because when you have to do something every single day for a living, you develop some tough skin. You develop a mindset of, I'm going to make this happen regardless. Because on some days, it was raining real hard. Some days, the temperature is down to 15 degrees. Some days, the newspaper was late coming from the printing press. Some days, I woke up late. And I had some help on those days. But the point I'm getting at is you develop habits when you do something every single day. And when I left corporate America, I became an independent insurance agent. And I worked in real estate, and I worked in mortgages. And I was successful at all three. Sometimes I did all, at one point in my life, in that career, I did all three at once. So I had a chance to talk to a lot of people from the insurance side, real estate clients, buyers and sellers, people who needed refis, people who needed purchase loans. Worked with several different companies in all three of those sectors. And the good news, or what I got from that, is that I had to prospect for every single client. Because in the early 2000s, there was no social media. There was a lot of gimmicks to, you could buy leads, you can do mailers. I think I did some mailers. I've never been against mailers because mailers are actually very effective, especially if the price is right. I think printing at that time was like 33 cents or maybe 40 cents for a postcard size mailer. And then in 2008, 2009, the mortgage crisis hit California. And that was the first time in my life where I suffered an income problem. And that income problem blew up to something that I had never imagined. And that's when I realized that I didn't really know what to do when it came to finding new business. And I suffered a lot in those 4 to 5 years. I suffered a lot. And then I had children that were growing up and they wanted to do all these things, all these extracurricular activities. And I have a spouse that still wanted to do all those things that spouses do, travel. And just to be honest with you, sometimes I missed the mark. And I would say a lot of the times I missed the mark. So what did I do? I said to myself, in my business, and I looked at a lot of people's businesses, I said, what am I doing wrong? And because of that epiphany that I got from asking myself that question, I started 321 Biz Development. It first started with setting appointments. That was the company name. I had a corporate account. And I'll never forget the day that I was talking with one of my insurance bosses. And I said, I'll just call him Mike. I said, Mike, let me talk to the insurance agents in the office about how to do 5 things: how to contact, prospect, set appointments, close, and get zero cost referrals. Now, before I had that conversation with the office manager, I spent about 7,000 hours researching all kinds of things when it came to contacting, prospecting, setting appointments, closing, getting zero cost referrals. I read published papers from New York University, Stanford, Los Angeles, UCLA, Graciado School of Business, the Chicago School of Economics, the London School of Economics, University of Florida, what else? Yale University, the Harvard Business Studies. At that time, my son had a library account, and before I knew about the library account, I did not have access to PhD papers until my son, who was a sophomore and junior at Cal Poly, said, hey, I have this library account and maybe that'll help. And then that opened the doors for so much information. So back to the insurance part. I talked to the manager. I said, let me spend 30 minutes and talk about the 5 front-end sales activities. So I did. And this one guy who was a retired lieutenant colonel, he called me in his office and he said, Clarence, that was the best information that we ever had in these Wednesday night trainings to help people learn how to find a customer, prospect that potential customer, set the appointment, close, and get zero cost referrals. And then he said, I would like to pay you to train me on this 6 to 9 hour program that you talked about. This is a 6 to 9 hour program that I spent 7,000 hours working on. And let me tell you, those 7,000 hours, those were the most grimacing hours in my life, because when I wrote the 321 BizDev sales system, I was under a lot of stress. Lots of things were not going right in my life at that time. So when I wrote that 160-page sales system manual, like a how-to, and then to have a guy say, I'll pay you $2,000 to train me. That's when I knew that I had something. I knew I had something. And to top it off, before I finished that manual, before I was had admitted to myself that I didn't know how to sell, I had 2 appointments for long-term care sales. The first appointment was in the Napa Valley, where all the famous wines come from. It was a widow, and her husband passed, and she wanted to know about long-term care. And I didn't have a sales system, so what I did, I just started talking about it, telling this woman about the benefits and features. Long story short, she said no. And she was the perfect prospect for the product. I didn't know why she said no. The second person I met with, because I had met this lady, she worked in the industry, but she didn't sell long-term care. So she said, my husband and I in San Francisco would like to know about long-term care. So I went over to this multi-million-dollar home in San Francisco, and I was kind of beat up. My spirits were low, big time, because I had just lost a sale that could have paid me $6,000, and I really needed the money. So when I met with this couple in San Francisco, I was beat up. So I didn't do the same thing. I just basically said, here are the highlights. And long story short, I said, here's the material. I can come back in a couple of days and answer any question that you have. And the guy who worked as a vice president of a bank in San Francisco, he goes, oh no, we're ready to sign up right now. How much does it cost for a year? We will pay the entire premium for that year. And I was super duper nervous. I was like, that's $7,500. So the guy said, told his wife, he says, honey, go get the checkbook. The guy wrote me a check for $7,500. He wrote it out to the insurance carrier's name. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. My hands were shaking so bad, I messed up the first application. So I finished the application. I left it. He signed it. And then a day later, I found out that it was 2 other places that he had to sign. I was so nervous, I forgot about 2 other places that he had to sign. And I was like, oh man, I got to go back and see the guy. And sometimes people get buyer's remorse after 48 hours. And I called him up. His name was Ignacio. I said, oh man, I got to come by and get 2 signatures. And in my mind, I'm thinking he's going to say, oh no, that's okay, I don't need it. I went to his house. He signed it with no problem. I mean, the long and the short of this story is I did not have a system. A lady that I thought should have purchased didn't. And the guy that I thought I had no feeling, no pulse on the situation, he bought even when I had the worst type presentation about this long-term care product. So I'm going to close right now, and because I wanted to talk about what do we see for small business owners in 2026, and I never got to that, but I wanted to start this series. It's going to be 3 series about what do we see for small business owners in 2026. But I wanted to get this story out. I haven't told this story in a long time. A lot of people, when they see me or they hear me, they think I got my act together, and my act has always been together. I'm so smooth. Clarence, you do this so well. But let me tell you, I got some scars. I got some mental scars. I got some self-esteem scars from this. I lost a lot. You know, it's been rough, but I tell you what, I'm standing tall, and I am ready to help anyone who wants help. So my name is Clarence Napier, the future CEO of Strategic Consulting Experts. You can find us on the web at strategicconsultingexperts.com. My telephone number is 415-259-5900. And you can also find us on Spotify and iTunes. Take care and have a great day.